Well. Welcome. Well, we're only in scene 1, so it could get horrifically worse. I just don't trust this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't trust technology at all. Hello, everybody. Hi. How's it going? I really hope you can hear me. I really need to do more live streams so it isn't like a terrifying disaster every time I do it. Anyway, hi. Yeah, you can hear me. Fantastic. Good. Right. Excellent. Let's just screw it and put the thing up and hope for the best. Yeah. Boom. Oh, come on. Yeah. Hello. Hi. How's it going? Bit quiet? I shouldn't be quiet now. How are we doing? Okay? Medium okay? I'm quiet still. Really? Oh, let me hold on. Let me turn the gain up. Here we go. How's that? Face screen. Yeah, look at me. I've even done like browser things. I've worked out it was being weird. I went in, I did some Googling in between my packing. It's why I haven't done any fucking packing for this thing tomorrow. Although no, technically I have done the packing, but I weighed my suitcase and it was like 27 kilos. And I was like, that's not really, it's not going to work, I don't think. Yes, 5 oil emotes. Fantastic. Hello. The only thing, check for the fridge in the back. I really wish there was a fridge in the back. It's not. They haven't sent me a fridge. Wish they had sent me a fridge. Actually, no, where would I put it? What was I going to say? I can't fucking remember. Anyway, I've got to sort all my life out after this stream, and I was like trying to sort everything out, and the browser capture audio thing was being weird, and anyway, it's fine. I've done it now. It's all good, and now it's done, and now I know how to do it, and blah 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 blah, etc. There's no fridge. I really can packing weight. I've got to somehow lose like 5 kilograms out of. Basically, I'm hosting this music festival, which is amazing, but like I've brought loads of ludicrous outfits because I'm like, finally, yes, but they're quite heavy. So I tell you what, I did want to bring that I didn't because I didn't have to wait. But I went home to my parents' house the other weekend because it's my niece's birthday. Not that you'd know, because I've been doing no Instagram stories. You have no idea what's been going on. But this little beauty, let me just explain a couple little things about this little bad boy here. I used to work for a fashion company when I was 16, and we used to go to, what was that thing there was like this big like fashion thing in Birmingham every year. What the hell was it called? Oh, it was like Clothes Show Live or something like that. But I used to go as like a teenager and like blag all this amazing stuff. So I have owned this since I was 15. And it is amazing. It has been in the loft for a while. I did wash it because it smelled a bit. But now, I could definitely go into Dave's scullery in this. It smells really, I'm using a new fabric softener and it smells weird. It has been like a void on Insta. It's been weird. I think I'm going to kick it off again because I'm going traveling and I feel like posting. But I don't know. It's been nice not to. I think that it's not taking up mental capacity, but it clearly is because I've just felt like really clear-headed and not crazy for like a few days, which is fun. Anyway, we should probably talk about Xbox because it's going to start in like 9 minutes. You have 9 minutes to tell me what you're excited about. Let's play a game where whoever guesses right wins some sort of prize, which is, I don't know, I have nothing. But what are we excited about? I mean, I was saying, obviously, I would be super excited about anything Fable related. And what would be really cool is if they did it, because it's Gamescom and it's Europe. That would be amazing. It's 100% not going to happen, though. Let's be realistic. Let's take bets now. Okay, so obviously we're going to have something about Halo. It's got to be something about Halo. What else do we reckon they are going to say? I want you guys to call it now. I'm going to jot down the notes, and then whoever's right wins a prize, which is winning. Sup, Alice? How's it going? Oh god, they're all right with me like co-streaming this, like I host. What? I didn't really check, actually. Maybe I'll just like, it'll go live and then nothing will happen. Okay, Mixed Effecto is saying, Age of Empires, definitely Age of Empires. I'm with you. Okay, wait, you're going too quickly. I need to go back to the chat. Wait, I'm in the wrong bit. Okay. Age of Empires, Halo, and Horizon. I would say that is a really good... That's 100% great, but they're going to cover all those things. Definitely Forza, for sure. They've got to have Halo. Age of Empires, I heard a rumour about something happening, maybe. So, okay, so Lard Teammaker is saying, Halo. I could just screen grab this, but you reckon Fable gameplay? You're mad. Oh, okay. But that'd be amazing. Sid, you reckon Fable as well? I mean, it would be like jaw-droppingly amazing if they did that, because like no one has seen it. Perfect Dark remake. Weren't they talking about that before? I'm sure there was something about... God, when was that? I can't even remember. Shane's got no expectations. I'm just here for reactions. I'd love to see some State of Decay 3. Some gameplay of Starfield. Oh, Spoonerdoom, you reckon? Starfield would be amazing. I'm really into it. I don't really care what it's about. I'm just going to play it. I know I'm going to play it. Dead Gypsy, I think you got a good shout there with GTA 5 future updates. I think that's a good shout as well. Drink! Has everyone brought snacks? I really didn't plan ahead. I had to go to like this meeting in town. I also had to buy bras, which did not happen. I'm just going to have to make do. It's fine. Yeah, I had to go for a meeting with my agent to like run through like a whole bunch of shit before I went away. So, yeah. It's really weird being in London again now. What are you saying? Okay. Right, Fernando. I could just scroll back through the chat, but I don't trust chat. You know I don't trust chat. It deletes itself. You reckon Halo release date? That's a good shout. Perfect Dark. Yeah, I think Perfect Dark is just the right size of thing. Okay, let's have a go. GTA 5. Okay. AOE. It's also confusing because Age of Empires is AOE, which makes you just think of Area of Effect. But anyway, whatever. Wait, see, chat's doing weird things. Stop doing that weird things, chat. Right. Okay. Marianne, Age of Empires would be nice, but all I really want is Fable. Agreed. Like, Age of Empires is great, and I love the fandom of Age of Empires. They're amazing. But yeah, and yeah, Alice is with us. Fable would be the dream. But I would love to be in Fable. I think I haven't really done enough Lady J to like really cement it as a character yet. I started feeling a bit like guilty about doing it. Sid, it's been a long while since we've heard anything. You're right, but it takes a really long time to make a game, and I think everyone is kind of terrified after like Cyberpunk to like not say too much now, which is cool. In a way, it's good, really, because actually there shouldn't be crunch, and the only way to get rid of crunch is to have like it's just got to take the time it's got to take. Yeah, Amber, I think definitely Perfect Dark was announced at E3. I feel like it was like a fever dream, like someone talked about it, and I was like, oh my god, I've got 3 minutes. Death Stranding on Xbox. Lord, what the hell, man? I'm writing that down because if that happens. Could you imagine? It's not going to... It was really funny, actually. I was talking about the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley and stuff. And I was trying to explain who Jeff Keighley was to my agent, because my agent doesn't really know like gaming things. And I was explaining about the Game Awards and like, anyway, different stuff. And then I was like, oh yeah, you know, he gets on really well with Hideo Kojima, and he's like, who's that? And I'm like, right, okay, so he's really, you know, but I started explaining, and then I was talking about Death Stranding, and I was saying, oh yeah, and like Mads Mikkelsen was in it, and he's like, what's that about? And I was like, it's basically like if you were a postman, but someone had basically spiked you with 200 times too much acid, and you then had to go and deliver the mail. It's the only way I could describe it that makes vague sense. Because it's definitely, it's not just like a ketamine vibe, that it's acid, because it's terrifying. These horrible things keep happening, and the darkness coming, which sounds definitely like that sort of experience. Xbox Series S fridge for those that have small kitchens. That's funny. Anthony's got Pringles and white Cadbury's buttons. Put them together. Put them together and give us feedback. Ooh, Hellblade 2. Okay. Something from Ubisoft that isn't Assassin's Creed would be nice. Sure. Yeah. That would be great. Oh my god, it's starting in like 60 seconds, so I really hope the audio is working. I'm going to get ready and prepared to like change the audio. It should be fine. I've tested this. But if not, then I'll put on subs and we can all just listen. No, that's a terrible idea. Death Stranding does kind of sound sort of fun if it was like that. Okay. Wait. Okay, it's my what clock says like 2 minutes. This is ahead. Splinter Cell. Is what pre-recorded? The show? We make our own... Okay, if it's really bad, we're going to make our own sound effects. I have tested this. I swear I've tested it several times that the audio is coming through. So let me check my little browser bit. Where's my browser? Browser source is there. I tested it on some weird cookery shows earlier. And then was like, why am I doing that? What's the name of that guy? That Japanese guy who makes that really like ASMR cooking show? Him? Nin? No. What's his name? I'm really struggling. Oh God, please let this work. I'm really terrible at everything. This is really dramatic. Let's not just sit here in silence until it starts. Oh yeah, Saints Row, definitely. That goes without saying. They kind of already gave that away, didn't they? Oh yeah, what was that really funny thing from F1 where like Zoom was sponsoring all the adverts? So basically it kind of looked like there were like subs everywhere that just said Zoom, 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 and then someone was like, is it really necessary to write the sound effects for F1? Which I thought was quite funny. Oh my god! There's audio! Please tell me you can hear the audio. Is it too loud? Oh my god, I can't believe it's actually working. Jesus Christ, Julia. Too loud? A little bit too loud? I turned it down a touch. Drink! Okay. Bit louder? Any louder than that? How's the balance? Just right? Oh my god, I can't believe I actually Googled a solution to something for Streamlabs that didn't take 4 hours and make me want to punch things. So I feel productive. Tiny bit loud? Or me? Or it's? Oh my god. Any wild guesses that are left? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I've written them all down. Oh my god, wouldn't it be amazing if it was Fable? That would actually just make me actually cry a little bit inside. I really need this, guys. Please, I know you can't make games quickly, but can you? Dave, I'm not even a Twitch streamer. I'm not an anything streamer. I'm just having some times. Countdown of a count. Half-Life 3. You heard it here first. Last of Us on Xbox. Excellent. Finally. Stream up. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Uncharted. Okay. All right. Here we go. Come on, guys. I've turned up a little bit. Tell me if it's too loud. Okay. Let's lean in. I'm here for everything that's about to happen. Okay, here we go. I tell you what we're going to do during this stream. In the chat, I want wrong answers only for the guesses of what all the games are. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our
Oh,
Gamescom
it's Kate and Paris.
Xbox stream.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy.
Okay, so they're literally just telling everyone what it is.
Our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current
drink.
and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Double drink.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light 2: Stay Human.
Oh, Forza channel is way ahead of Xbox.
Dying Light 2 lead game designer.
Oh, they put these guys in a basement. Oh no.
Animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last
Yeah, the music
few
was
years.
hella loud.
We're hoping the
How
gameplay
about
video
this?
you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though
His
as you
accent
will
is
see
so
in a
strong,
moment,
it's
there are
almost like a
plenty of
fake
things you
accent.
can
It's
use to
amazing.
your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this.
Sexier.
Probably like many others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador.
City.
They tell me they had a vision. They had hope.
Is it
But soon,
sexy though?
one vision broke into many different ones. Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke
Humans
out.
are the worst.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
Oh, there aren't enough zip wires in the real world, man.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
I feel like parkour's very
But
risky
I
because
can't
if you
let that happen.
screw up your ankle in the zombie apocalypse, that's you're done.
Not yet.
But I mean, it's makes a fun game.
I need the secrets the city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
I have to pick a side.
The Bazaar needs good people.
Ooh,
You're doing great so far.
ooh, that guy's voice is super familiar.
I have to make a difference.
Let's check and see.
Oh, I don't watch too much Hannibal. It all seems too normal.
They say that great change is a series of small gestures.
Alan, the reason why society will end will
about
because of
this series?
Colonel Pepper's robots. Ooh, that's fun. Oh, there's not enough kicking people in games, you know. Oh, yeah, all right. I'm here for that. That's great.
Is
That's
all
brutal.
really
I'm
good?
down.
We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very
Belfort
important for the
Day.
plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example, by rebounding from their
is this a
bodies,
set that
jumping
they've made
of them onto
with
other
this?
foes, and
It's
so on.
amazing.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great,
very
especially in
exciting.
fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion.
This guy should be a video game
Pre-order
character.
Dying
I would
Light 2
fully
and
accept a
explore
quest
its
mission
vast,
from
complex
him.
world on
The dude on the
December
right,
7th.
for sure.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Aw. Definitely need more kicking in games. Do you remember like in Bulletstorm where they had all those like, you know, speciality moves and then you just went around kicking everyone because it was just so much easier and you could cook
For
them
the
into
first
spikes
time
and things
in
like
the
that.
storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox Series X.
Look at all the
and
free
S
merch they've
last
got. God
month.
damn it.
Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to
I was
the
gonna have
console,
cherry
and
pie
that's
and
why
a really
I'm
damn good
extremely
cup of coffee
honored
when I
to
went.
welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream. York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I
is
think
it
is
a
just
set?
great validation that the translation of
here?
the simulation
The main
to
show
the console
bit?
has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the F-18. They can't
Dave,
wait to start flying.
Gamescom next year will be in
as you
Germany,
know, it comes
though,
out later
hey?
this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that
He's
much
got a
about
dev
it.
team Flight
But there's
Simulator
so much
badge.
else going on,
I
even
want
before
that.
Maverick. So
I don't have anything to do with the game,
we are
but I want
continuing
it.
to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning
Paris
of the show,
just
if
sitting
you
there
remember,
with
there was a
some
little red
Ray-Bans on.
plane
Yeah.
flying into
Yeah.
Cologne. Well, we did that because World
Halfway
Update 6
to
updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation
Oh,
map
yeah.
that
His
helps
feet
us
are
with
weird.
the
What's he
mountains. So
doing?
the Alps
That's
actually
funny.
look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have
Oh,
Basel
wow.
in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just
If only
amazing.
I could land a
amazing. They have
plane.
like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them
explain
throughout
what POIs
the
were.
simulation. And
That's where I'm
and
gonna
we also
be
added
this
airports.
week,
We did
somewhere that looks like
Lübeck
that, with a
and
lake.
Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do, you actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft,
I am heading to Salzburg. I am coming through
aviation,
Vienna.
or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series.
Callum, I assume all of them are
Local
just
Legends.
running stuff.
And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world not so much. Yeah. But why not use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's actually lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can do this.
That's some top-grade nerd. I love it.
For the Junkers, we worked with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers, and he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs, and then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really bring these, to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. Yeah. It's a museum with flyable planes.
You know what, Dave, I was about to say exactly the same thing. This is Forza, like, great nerddom in terms
it's
of
honestly one of the funnest
detail,
parts of
which
the
I'm
job.
fully
you
into.
end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies, and they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes, and they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity, and we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter, and they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So they have a vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane and their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
Oh, well, Ernest, maybe that's that. You just get in the drone.
Going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association, and every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race, and we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth, and I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed. We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
SH, I think it's an hour and a half. I think each segment's quite long. I'd love to be able to fly a plane. Be sick. But yeah, the inverted Y thing, I don't know, I just can't get my head around it. I don't think I'm designed to fly planes. I'm designed to crash them, clearly. Yes, we like to hear these things. Day one.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race
jumping
against
out of planes
your friends
is fun,
and pilots
also.
across the planet.
No jumping out of planes for Salzburg this year,
multiplayer
then.
is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. and that will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out?
Nova
This
Pain,
is
you're
coming
so
out
right.
this fall, so it's right around the
I
corner.
just want the
Oh,
bomber
that is
jacket. I've got so
fantastic.
many
You
Xbox
know
bomber
I have the
jackets
need
everywhere.
for
I got
speed,
one.
so I can't wait
One
to
for
get my hands on this
XO19
to
from
participate
London,
in
obviously,
some
'cause
of
London.
their races.
Awesome, man. We
I
got
didn't
you
wear it
covered.
enough, really.
All right, thank you.
That was good times.
If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream. We'll also talk with Wasteland 3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Yes, give me all the games. Give them to me. I want them. I might not play them, but I want them.
Here I come.
Ooh. Yes.
Build a weapon, one that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away.
No, that's never. No, I've tried Kerbal Space Program. I'm clearly not science-minded.
Come back. I am coming back.
I like the graphics on this though. This looks really cool.
Build
And I
a
like
weapon
punching people.
that'll
So,
turn us into
dodgeball. Oh, you know what? I'd actually be super into that.
build a weapon
I was quite good at that at school.
blows the world away.
Terrifying.
Build a rocket that'll come and take away. Gonna come back. I am
Oh, Jane was playing this the other day and she was like, you gotta play it, it's great. You just like tidy a room. I was like, Jane, what are you doing? This looks amazing. What is that? That looks cool. Does it seem like I'm actually talking in, am I looking at the wrong Chinatown Detective Agency? What? Does it seem like I'm actually talking at the right time or am I watching the wrong thing? Oh my god, I want that Chinatown thing. That looks great. There's so many like amazing games. I always just kind of like take too long. And I always forget all of them. Oh man. Give me the games. Yes. Yes.
Yep, somehow they did it. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now we've got a new roguelike
cool.
retro shooter that,
Thanks,
in
Sid.
grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure which thing was the right thing to look at. But I'm looking at this thing. What is this? What's happening? I started playing Doom actually. I played some of it when it came out, but like not enough. And I forgot how stupidly fun it is. Sometimes you just need to murder things with your hands and chainsaws. It's just needed. I mean, we should just
I
assume
am
that it
here
is that.
with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgren. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You got to
Adam
see a
is
lot of
green.
footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get 1 moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called hands-on histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I got to see.
Everyone loves a trebuchet. Mixed effective. They're going to save that towards the end.
Trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls.
Exactly. Give me Alexis on fire for sure.
At Warwick Castle in England,
We came here to destroy a castle with a trebuchet.
one of the largest in the world.
Science.
Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century,
Oh shit, son,
trebuchets
that's
had evolved
big.
into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
Sorry, you can't see her
It has
name, and I
several
can't
key
read
features.
fast immediately.
A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other.
Okay, how much money to be thrown in a
Prime,
trebuchet
the 6-ton
if you were
weight
being
is
thrown
raised
into a large
using
expanse
tread
of
wheels.
bouncy soft stuff?
So this is one of the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons.
Oh man,
It's
so
based
some
on
dude got to
muscle
get in
power
that.
alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling.
Get in it, come on.
When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed.
This is what happened with my mic pack when it fell out of
Trebuchets were carefully
Thorpe
aimed,
Park, and I had to try
like
and
modern
wheel it in.
guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
That sounds too
For each
sciencey for my
projectile
liking.
to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling.
Just say what it
This one
is.
must weigh
Ball.
about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to
That's not 25
150
kilograms if
kilograms.
you're lifting
That's
it up with
the weight
2
of
hands.
2 men.
No way.
Trebuchets were also used to throw
25
burning
kilograms
tar,
is the weight of my luggage
beehives,
that takes both
even
of my
dead
arms.
bodies.
Full strength.
Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Did you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate
Yeah,
medieval
I don't think there's
siege
any money in the
weapon.
world to get in that thing. We're learning.
You know I'm going to say trebuchet. Don't care, because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so
Trust you,
one of
Alex,
the
to get into
things
the
when we were looking
excited
at
about
what
the
we're gonna do with
physics of
Age of
things.
Empires 4,
God damn it.
there's a phrase I'm really fond of, which is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And
It's the PS3
there's a
game where you
phrase
flung yourself
called
and stuff. I
humanized
don't know.
history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we try to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK.
Yeah, Scotty,
called
that's
Lion
about
TV,
right.
And they've done production
this is how
on an
they
amazing amount
throw
of
my
shows
luggage
and
when I get on a
documentaries
plane.
from BBC
They're like,
and
oh,
won every
it's about
award
the
you can
weight of a
imagine from media.
trebuchet ball.
And,
She can
they
put it in
travel
the
to all
hold.
these locations
That's-
and all
they
these different
check, that's how they
countries
check.
to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these
What came
hands-on
up,
history
Dave?
segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect looking forward to? Any
Trebuchet
favorites you got
FIFA would
coming
be
up?
amazing.
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal
I've gotta be
favorite
better than
is
normal
one called
FIFA.
Medieval Surgery. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love
didn't know
about
that
it
about
is
Jesse
that
Cox, you know?
they go all over the place. So, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when you shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, like illuminated history and
Oh man, look at this guy.
hawk falconing and like horse taming, armor creation, and there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign.
They need to get Hans Zimmer in,
I
man.
mean,
That man loves a weird
I just
instrument.
love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're we're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really
FIFA Ultimate Trebuchet packs.
Every time we've tried to show,
You can just
show the
shunt.
campaigns or
It's
we
like
show these
picks and
histories, I've
bans.
been
You can
like,
basically
oh,
like
God,
ban
it's
one of the other
gonna
players
work?
and
Like,
trebuchet him
people
off the
gonna like
pitch.
this? And the great thing
I'd
is
play
so far,
FIFA
everyone
if that
that's
was a
really
thing.
experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great, and it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing.
Oh, MSN Carter. Oh my God,
So
Anthony.
far,
Yeah,
so
you're
good,
right.
But yeah, it's been
Learning
it's been
with
a journey
computers.
to get all this done and put the whole game
Get out
together.
your CD-ROM.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey because we are coming towards the end
Oh my
of this
gosh.
development journey for
Yes.
Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right
Adam
now,
loves
you can
his
go onto
job
the
and I'm
Microsoft
fully
Store
into
or
it.
Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day
so
one,
happy.
Xbox Game Pass
His
for
face.
PC as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
Yes, I believe you are a part of something
But-
very special.
yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much.
Ice
Adam, thank you
Green?
so much for joining
Oh,
us here.
okay.
Always
Whoops.
a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
Ooh.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away.
Do you guys remember
It's
when I
super exciting
did
that for our Game Pass
Xbox
Ultimate
Live from
members, they
Seattle?
will get to experience
Oh,
Xbox
God.
Cloud Gaming on
Like,
whatever console they have.
It must have been.
Gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know
Shit, I don't
me
even
in
remember.
particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
I remember bumping into, like, I was flying back.
As easy as finding the game that you look for on your console
And I
just jumping
I mean, we all know what cloud stuff is, right? Yeah, blah blah blah. I bumped into Phil Spencer at the airport,
This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
he was telling me about how he'd been like playing and testing out like xCloud and stuff like that on like his phone and all that kind of shit.
Into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console.
Because that was
right?
the
You
one
can
actually,
find
if
the
you
game
remember,
want, you
they
press
made me
play.
test it live on the
easy
stream, and I
nowadays.
had like
You can
really
pick
weird
up any
pagan
device
rings,
pretty much play
and I was
any
playing
Xbox
Forza, and
game
everyone
on
accused me
Game
of
Pass.
cheating and not playing it live because I was tapping.
If my
Like I was
friends
tapping
have
the car
titles I don't
around.
have yet, I can just
Really
wait for them
trying
to
not
send
to
me an
crash
invite,
on a
and
live
it
stream,
makes
you know.
content just so much more accessible.
I really love the flexibility. It's awesome.
Everything that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of the limits of having to be on a specific platform or a specific console, play on PC and mobile, and now on Gen 8.
Yeah, Gen 8 consoles can play Gen 9 content. Isn't that so cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers, to allow the Gen 8 customers, the Xbox One customers, to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play where they want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X, with beautiful and rich
That's interesting,
visuals
Dave.
thanks to the addition of ray tracing.
Yeah, Sid,
and
I thought it was
improved
weird that
materials
they were talking about the
alongside
different generations. You know when you try and find,
this
like,
is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's
like
journey
what,
or experience it for the first
what
time.
like Apple
And if
device you have,
haven't
and it's
played
always like
this,
called
do
something really
yourself a
weird, and
favor,
you're like, can you just
grab
do it
a
by
pair of
years? Like,
headphones
can you stop
and
saying it's like a
immerse yourself into
7.1 or
this
whatever,
world.
13.2 or whatever
Speaking
the hell
of
it is?
unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also
Has anyone been
talking
playing
with
any 12
developers
minutes?
from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live
Drink.
Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico.
Stop doing racing games and make Fable.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right, you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Yeah, Dave, I'm sort of like half with you. Like, it's really intriguing to start with.
Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you.
Ooh, look at that squelchy thing.
Set on a righteous path.
Of destruction.
The holy detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone.
I want to have a ludicrous voiceover voice. Should be shared with everyone. It doesn't really lend itself for video games.
May the light of the holy detonation purify you.
I mean, what you're basically saying is kill it with fire, which we are all for. Oh god, imagine like Fable karting. That'd be quite funny. Oh, that's exactly what Ernest just said, the next thing. That's funny.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with In Exile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th, but we know, In Exile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that
Fire
journey?
will cleanse all of our sins.
Our dev team has been working non-stop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on
You guys need to
everything
try
that
out
you've been doing
Chaos
with
Carts if
Wasteland
you can
3.
come
Now,
to
this
London. It's
DLC
basically
is
Mario
called
Kart, but
the
IRL.
Cult of the Holy
Google it right now.
Detonation.
Chaos Carts.
Now,
It's
talk about
pretty
that a little
amazing.
bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right. So you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter.
Yeah.
And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults
I'm not sure
battling
I
over
haven't said
supremacy,
anything yet,
trying
I
to
don't
take control
think,
of the
unless
Holy
I missed that.
Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a
That's
god.
what he says, yes.
And these cultists are insane. They're mutated. They've gone totally mad.
That's
and,
me
all
in
they
the
want to
apocalypse.
do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous!
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past. But this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado.
Yeah, Spoon
This
it
is
was
really
great.
your game to
It's
craft
literally
and mold.
Mario Kart,
That's
but
awesome.
in real life.
So
it's
the
amazing.
last expansion was the Battle of Steel Town, right? You had giant robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we
Thanks,
wanted returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
Oh, raddest.
That's
You don't hear that
I
word
want to
often.
get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now, combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the stories?
That's funny, Callum.
Yeah, with this,
It is
with
rad
Cult of
as
the
big
Holy
as the
Detonation,
rad.
we
I don't
really
think
got
that's
to
what he
cut
meant,
our
though. I
devils
think that's just a
and let them be
coincidence, right?
Creative and fun and silly. Exile's modus operandi is if we're brainstorming and something makes us
They
laugh,
end the
we just
stream with
put it in the
Fable.
game.
I
That's
might
just
actually
how
cry.
we do it, and we pick up
It's
the
not
pieces
gonna happen.
afterwards because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, really letting you get deep into this weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them. And tell stories and maybe even join them.
Yeah.
And so for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got claws and fangs and
Definitely
spikes
dated him.
jutting out. And he's drooling, but he's the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. You meet him and he's
Not the same guy.
"Hey guys, you should come in here and soak up some of these rads. It'll be great."
Yeah.
And he sherpas
Oh, maybe
you
he
in
did mean
and lets you meet the
raddest
whole cult.
and rads.
And,
Wow,
and
dude
another
has
one of
levels.
my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took 20 cultists and you melted them into a big pile,
John
kind of
Rat King.
I would do this with a magnifying glass. I would melt army guys and GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand, and he needs a translator supposedly, but he's your #1 fan, and getting to build
Oh,
this totally
come
out there
on, dude.
wild
I didn't
extreme
know.
character was a ton of fun to write for. It's a ton of fun to explore what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. There's one guy, and he kind of devolved into this vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real
What?
kill me vibe about him. We get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between.
I don't want any body horror themes.
Serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but you know,
definitely, Ernest,
the Wasteland's
he
a pretty
is
bizarre
super
place.
excited about this,
I
which
can imagine.
is kind
Now,
of cute.
we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we talked about spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right. This
I feel like everyone's sitting weird now that you've mentioned it.
We're really stoked.
That is
but
awesome.
maybe I'm just overthinking life.
Of the Holy
He's got a really aggressively wide chest.
Coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow.
Oh,
so
wait, who had Sea of Thieves?
To make some mayhem.
I didn't write it down. Wait, who had Sea of Thieves? Someone had Sea of Thieves.
Very special ship.
Oh, well, that was a great list, Julia. Yeah, Dave, I think it's like too high or too low or something. Ernest. Oh, inspired by Borderlands.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool
Top tip, if you're ever at an Xbox event,
into Sea of Thieves.
These are the guys you want to be hanging out
drinking
with.
To earn it during
Definitely
kind of
100%.
Gamescom time period. So it's been really
Never
cool
a dull
to
night.
work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship
Possibly
to life.
sketch.
And giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved. But if you head to Lorena at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it starts today, and it runs through to September the 7th. So that's the time period.
Oh, I was hoping that there'd be like a claptrap or something strapped to the front of the ship, and there it is.
So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Dave, they all do. It's great. Actually, Xbox parties are pretty amazing. Especially after like E3. Really, really amazing events. Really nice. Everyone's like super friendly. I miss that. I miss everybody. Why did you bring that up? I'm so lonely. It's fine. I'm going on straight tomorrow. It's fine.
Dangerous world in Trumbull Valley. But now, it's hope that brings us back together.
One for all and all for one. What?
They reunite soul
Zombie
friends.
apocalypse. Alexandre Dumas
That build
finally
true
wrote.
bonds. And in the face of a growing threat, hope is the greatest weapon we have.
Does it come with spikes though? I feel like hope needs. Shit! Wait a minute. Was someone posting up a thing about how like one of the guys in the game looked like Ricari, who's like one of the Xbox hosts? Because if so, that guy really looks like Ricari. Damn, that's mad. If it is. Or just everyone looks like everyone now because I haven't seen anyone's face in reality for years. Do you have days like that where everyone looks like someone?
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
State of Decay.
Well, just like zombies themselves, it seems everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wonder Russell. Hello, Wonder, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here, talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen, because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the third part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That
really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at Undead Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy Homecoming.
Bien sûr.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Stray Blade.
Let me kill things with a big thing. Give me another big thing to kill with things. Stabby, stab, stab.
In Stray Blade, you discover the mystical Lost Valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy,
fuzzy pal, you
clearly
say?
A lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Stray Blade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, game director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Stray Blade.
That is a finely crafted beard he has.
Stray Blade is an action RPG.
That's
where you
Jason
play a rogue
Derulo
adventurer
levels of
who's
care.
exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf
Aww.
named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishes. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons.
Cute.
Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead, new foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights. We hope you enjoyed the first look at Stray Blade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
I like the way he said combat. It sounded fancy.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy
Kate's so
experience
funny.
to
She
my
can't
comfy
resist
living
doing
room
faces.
couch.
It's so amusing.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough.
She's
Check
also
out
like
Crusader
one of the
Kings
nicest
3
people ever
now, coming to
I've ever
Xbox
worked with.
consoles.
Genuinely, really super sweet, super thoughtful, and like a genuine pleasure to like hang out with, for sure.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and
Trebuchet!
he never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not
Wow, okay.
warriors.
Oh, what is it?
With
Relationship
daggers,
simulator?
not swords.
Oh my god, amazing.
Only the small-minded measure success across the span of a single life. The real game is played across generations.
Wow, just like, wow. That's bad.
See, real strategy requires cunning.
Murder everyone. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I could go that dense into it, but I like that idea. I think that's a really interesting concept.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff
you
this
know, why
past
not?
year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really is something special
The relations
about
could be with
Psychonauts,
horses
isn't
or
it?
family. I mean, it's been a thirsty year, man. I'm not to
2005,
judge.
Psychonauts originally came out. It was a different time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure. but they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity
Shafe.
in an era
God bless the
when
Shafe.
games were increasingly
Who doesn't
turning
enjoy
grimy,
some chafing?
dark, and combative.
I bet
Not to
Dave
mention
does some
having
chafing in his
deceptively deep
scullery.
character moments.
That's
Dave.
why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is.
You know, as someone who
finally
really liked Tim
here.
Schafer, I
Enjoy
never
this
actually
long-awaited
played
launch
this.
trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
With psychic powers, he dives into your mind.
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern. And today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
I like this like mad pseudo James Bond song. The gameplay looks
It wouldn't be the
bonkers.
first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Leave it to me.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know, the meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette Teatree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself.
It'll be interesting if they remake
but
the Dune
you
game,
all
Alex, for
welcome
sure.
from Double Fine Productions.
Shafe.
Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it? It's
Shafester.
been 16 years. I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be a kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French bulldog memes. Am I correct?
Dogs. I was about to say dogs. There'd
Yeah,
definitely be
that's what's
dogs
fun
in her
about a
brain.
Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz
I don't
has
think
the
anyone
power of
needs to go
astral
into my
projection.
mind.
And when he
No.
goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward.
Okay, I'm fully vibing off her amazing leather jacket
unique
there.
levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we're really focused on how we could bring forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels
Bring
and
forward
enemies.
the Wonk.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental
that's what I
demons,
would say.
and I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts too. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks. And COVID
Agreed,
definitely
relentless
caused a lot of
gamers.
those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He is our, it energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is...
It's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers which people might recognize from the first game, as well as three
really
new
good.
powers
I
for
don't know
the
what it
second
was. I
game.
think
He
like
has the
I never
ability
wanted to
mentally
play it because it
connect
looked
thoughts together, and he can connect two
I don't
thoughts and
know.
actually
I
connect
guess
two
I
thoughts
didn't know as
together,
much about it as I
to
thought I
solve
knew about
puzzles
it.
and to navigate in this
I
game.
quite like the idea of
He
the
has
enemies.
power
I
of
think that's
time
really funny
bubble,
and
which
really
is just
interesting.
change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part of a whole organization at this point. And are there other brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus?
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at
Right
the
at
bottom.
Yeah, so earn his way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can catch more of Tim Schafer and ask him those burning questions about the newest game in the fan favorite franchise in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage. You have to be careful out there.
The Gunk's eating everything here.
The Gunk does eat everything.
This planet is literally a paradise when the Gunk's gone.
Ooh. I mean, you might as well just call it the Gunk or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Say what it is. Yes, let's just assume it's all that, because it feels like it's all that.
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey,
okay,
you know
they're going to end on
Great
Forza,
job on
aren't
that
they?
Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well, I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week
okay.
at twitch.tv/Xbox, so make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new
It can't be 20
Forza
minutes.
Horizon
Like, the
5
stream's going to
controller,
end at
which
half
is
past, so
available
at the
for
most it'll
pre-order
be
today.
6.5
Players can
minutes.
have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
Forza, the game mispronounced by everybody. Oh my god, that's the best controller I've ever seen. What is that? I want that. I am obsessed with paint splatters. I need that. But does it actually have paint splatters, or is this a lie? It's fiction. Don't give me a fiction thing. What? What? No, I want it with paint splatters. Don't tease me some sort of controller that doesn't exist. I need it. Oh my god, I need that controller so bad. Like, so bad. Someone send it to me.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front.
Kate.
Isn't that right?
Hi,
Absolutely.
Kate.
It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game.
I definitely need this controller so bad.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide
Text
where
Phil
to
now.
start. So can you maybe tell us
It's
a
not
bit
really
more
the
about
kind
the
of
game,
relationship
Mike?
I have with Phil,
so
but
Forza Horizon
I mean, I
5
could,
is
but I might
bringing
burn some
Horizon
bridges.
Festival's unique
Phil,
blend
send me
of
controllers,
fun
man,
and
and a
freedom
fridge.
to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and people think that Mexico is just a desert or a beach, but there's
Why
so
does
much
Playground
more to
Games
it,
have a
isn't there?
studio in
That's
the,
right. Even though it does have
where they
pretty
are?
awesome
What?
beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has
They've also got Madonna
vast
bikes.
canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's
snow
set in
capital
Mexico.
scene,
I
the
keep
highest point
forgetting.
we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the
Starts making
point
me
where you
think that,
feel
like,
like you're really
XO
there.
18
And
was just
thanks
a
to the
ruse
Xbox
to
Series
go and
X
film
and
some
S,
stuff
ray
for
tracing
Forza.
is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5,
It better
featuring
be
the
awesome.
incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah. Me so much shiny. Give me shiny. See, because thing is with like Horizon before, just because it was like set in the UK, I just wasn't that excited. But Mexico, I'll drive around for sure. Puddle measurers, that's what they do. I would easily have any of these cars. Oh my god. I want to drive around Mexico really fast. That's very good. I want to do all those things. 9th November is not that far off, you know.
Now, those are two very different ways to explore Mexico. So what I want to know
Scotty,
is
what if
why
it's
those
just
two cars
Julia
are
hanging
chosen
out in a
and
Prius?
what players
To be
can
fair, if
expect
it was
when
in
they find
Mexico, I'd be down for
Yeah,
that
so
anyway.
those
I would take it,
differences
but
are
also
exactly
that's
why we
depressing.
chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Oh my god, yeah, drop it out of a plane. That's the best thing you could do with it. Do it. Throw it out the plane. Throw it out. Cradle it. There you go. Whee! This is me last year. I mean, without the Ford Broncos. What? It's very dangerous what you're about to do. You're a madman. You're going to definitely need some new tires when you get to the bottom. But cool, let's do it.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera
LT to
volcano.
brake, you quitter. Braking's for losers.
Follow that car! Past me! There might be a little bit of traffic ahead. Watch out for that.
I mean, it's very reckless, but I love it. It does look really fun. What? Please no Punterino Forza. Many Punterino. All of the Punterinos.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
So now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
Abstract the storm. Tú sigue adelante. Keep
much does the topography like change in Mexico? I mean, I've only been to Mexico City, so I've seen the city and like a couple of hours outside when I went to like the pyramids and stuff. But like, I guess I don't really know what it looks like. I mean, like most of the time when you see Mexico, it's just from like the stupid resorts, right? Like, but actually nothing of the actual country. So I'm assuming that, you know, Playground are pretty spot on with what they do, so it's be fairly accurate. Oh my god, there's a sandstorm! Oh man. It's gonna wreck the outside of the car. Oh wow.
For the eye of the storm!
Sure. That's quite mad. I like that actually. That's pretty cool.
On my mark. 5, 4.
Yeah, Alan, braking is for losers. Although in the Yaris you do have to brake quite a lot because it's quite aggressive. Thunder in the jungle? That's me. I am.
Touchdown! Not even a scratch.
The
jungle awaits.
Next up is the Porsche 911 Desert Flyer, crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos!
I mean, does that mean stop or go faster? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm here for this one. This looks super fun. This is totally a skiddy little track for me. Delightful water features. Shiny deliciousness of the hot Mexican sun. What?
I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge.
Thunder in the jungle could mean a whole manner of different things.
You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this.
Me and Mike need to do this. Top Gear Series 2. Need to get some like low to no BBC budget to not do this. Although we were talking about it'd be really fun to do a series that's just we find fast things. Like when we did the Thorpe Park shoot for Swarm for Top Gear Gaming Show, we ended up going on stealth like afterwards, and we were kind of talking about like just really stupid things that are fun and like fast. And then it'd be really fun to do a series that's just about speed, like how fast can we go and how, you know. Baja California. Or is it technically still California? I don't know. This is lush. Oh man, this is giving me like.
And on the final leg,
vibes.
we have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
It's a gift.
This is Mexico.
Oh my god.
We've already had cars falling out of the sky.
This is so pretty. Got to fully know how to make a sexy fucking track now, for sure. Look at it. It's so pretty. I wanna go out. I wanna listen to loud music and drive it. Mercedes AMG really fast. I was thinking the other day actually when I was driving through London, because it's really annoying driving my manual convertible through London just because it's traffic's a bit shit. But then I was thinking about like driving the Yaris, the GI Yaris, and how fun that was, even though it was manual. But then I was thinking about the fact that both Jimmy and Tom have both got them now, the guys from GT, and I was like, oh, I'm really sad I don't have one. And then I actually started thinking about it seriously again. I was like, I would be dead that car just encourages all of my bad behavior as a driver. Like it's like an enabler. It's like in car form, it would enable me to drive like I really should not when there are other people on the road. But you know, maybe I can try like supercars or something on like a track. That's fine. You know, that's fine. That's fine, right? It's all fine. A bit worried about these airplanes, a bit close, but. Oh, is it the... Wait, is that the end? Oh, no, that's the end. I didn't realise it was the end. Oh, well. Well, okay, let's look back at everybody. No Halo. No Fable. At all. No Perfect Dark. Like, nothing, actually, that you guys guess apart from, like, Age of Empires. Yeah. Not even... That's the only one we got, really. Only one we got. Cool. Well, all right, guys. It was really fun hanging out and watching with you. I hope you enjoyed it. That's kind of it for now, I think. You know, no Fable. Then we're not going to hear anything about Fable for ages. It's not going to happen. It's not how things work. But anyway, right. I need to go because I need to finish packing because I really haven't finished packing. And oh my god, I need to pack. And I'm slightly. I haven't been on a plane in forever. It's going to be a bit weird. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It's been super fun. Now I know that I can actually, you know, stream things sometimes. But thanks. And, okay, so remember, I'm away for work. So my flight lands super late. There's not going to be any Am I the Arsehole on Monday or Friday feels. This Friday and then the following Monday just because I'm still going to be away. Like I think I'll get back to Heathrow at like 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to miss it. So sorry, but I'll make up during the week or something. Anyway, have a lovely week. I'm going to go and sort my life out and I will